Section 1 of Selected Poems of Cuba. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information, or to find out how you can volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Selected Poems of Cuba. The Most Fair by Enrique Hernández Miyares. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Let the cavalier urge forward without pause, and make right all injustice with his lance. All noble obstinacy at last will chance to fix forever destiny's just laws. The broken helmet of Mambrino wear, spur on your glorious and restive steed. To Sancho Panza's proverbs pay no heed, but trust in your right arm and in your star. Fear no more Dame Fortune's cold disdain, and if the night of the white moon should dare to measure prowess with you once again, and by contrary fate contrive your death, of Dulcinea, with your dying breath, vow that she is forever the most fair. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Most Beautiful by Enrique Hernández Miyares. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Keep on thy way, O knight, with courage free, redressing wrongs and griefs with mighty spear. All noble firmness brings at last more near the founding of just laws in equity. Mambrino's broken helmet take to thee. Ride forward, proud, elated, without fear. To Sancho Panza's proverbs lend no ear. Trust in thine arm and in thy destiny. For the disdain of fortune have no care, and if the night of the white moon should dare measure his arms with thine, and thou shouldst fall by evil fate, say with thy latest breath of Dulcinea, mid the pangs of death, that she will ever be most fair of all. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. I Know Not by Divaldo Salom. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Holy God, where are you, whom I fail to find, although laboriously I probe and search? Wrapped in a dense obscurity, I am blind, and when I pray, I enter in the church. Doubts in the centre of my spirit dwell, whose harsh accent my bitter grief revives. The mollusk is happier far than man, the shell oppresses it, and yet within it lives. Yet life I dare not shorten, since I see, mute, sad, mysterious, the narrow grave, and the certain riddle with a hidden key. Shadows behind, before me, all about me, everywhere shadows, within me and without me, even in your temple with its shadowy nave. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. A Painter by José-Maria Heredia. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. The antique race of pensive eyes he learned to know, that once trod all the barren Bretagne land, monotonous, rose-hued, joy-drenched, where stand great crumbling manors, where the yew trees grow. On beechen hills where leaves are tangled so, on storm-dark autumn eves he loved to stand, to watch the sun dip low in foam-swept sand, to feel from hidden reefs salt spray below. He painted well the sullen, splendid sea, where amethyst the clouds leave trailingly, and foaming emerald and calm sapphire, and things unpaintable, earth, sea, and air. From out his narrow canvas gleamed like fire the western sky in sea sand mirrored there. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Antony and Cleopatra by José-Maria Heredia. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. They watched together from the palace height, beneath a sultry sky dim Egypt sleep, and Nilus over the black delta sweep, Teseus and Bubastis through the night. The Roman felt beneath his breastplate bright a captive Mars who lulls a child to sleep. Against his heart triumphant, tremors sweep the form voluptuous he held that night. She turned her face, pale 'neath the brown hair's braid, toward him whom strange perfumes had drunken made, and lifted up her lips, eyes dark and clear. Down bent the ardent Roman, saw unrolled in those deep eyes, bright starred with points of gold, a boundless sea where fled a fleet in fear. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Tepidarium by José-Maria Heredia. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Their supple limbs the myrrh has perfumed o'er, in mid-December's warmth they idling dream. The chamber's bronze brazier flings fitful beam of shadow light on pallid forms and floor. On byssus cushions, purple spread before, rare silent forms that like rose marble gleam, or palest amber, stretch out, forward stream, voluptuously lined, falls linen o'er. Upon her flesh feeling the room's fierce heat, an Asian woman by the midmost seat twists her white arms in an ennui serene. Pale maiden groups from some Ausonian sea luxuriate in the wild melody of black hair falling where bronze bodies lean. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Naught But the Admonition by Miguel Galeano Cancio. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Naught but the admonition of being good and true, and the far road shines in a white tradition beneath a sky more blue. The years that now are over sweep our memories away on time's forgetful breath. O poet lover, let songs speak thy griefs today. Lo, the nights are full of dreaming, in the darkness soft and still, there are wings as of dream doves gleaming, there are thoughts day cannot kill. Have pity on the saddest of all thy loves gone by, O poet, pluck thy gladdest from the rose vine breathing nigh. Naught but the admonition of being good and true, and the far road shines in a white tradition beneath a sky more blue. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Prosaísmos Tristes by Gustavo Sánchez Galarraga. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Buildings, great buildings that upset the clouds, Buildings, the mighty buildings of New York, outside as grey as is the mood I bear, inside as dark as my true sorrow is. On high the elevated roars along, with scattering of clamour and of smoke. Beneath, the subway plies with toiling gnomes, threading the hollows of old Samson's town. Dollars on every side, and stolid girls who move without expression swiftly by, and my dear home so far away forgot, and patient at her window there, my love. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Landscape by Gustavo Sánchez Galarraga. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. On the breast of the azure waters, a swan, and the spreading of a wing. Thine eyes gazing in their dreams across the clear glow of the evening. And love everywhere, everywhere, in the evening, in thine eyes, on the waters. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. My Verse by Arturo Clavijo Tisseur. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. My verse is as a wave of heaven that goes with healing o'er the mortal sea of woes. It is a message full of lofty thought, amid expiring sorrows bound and caught. It is a comfort and a hope that spreads where evil rules in clouds of woes and dreads. It is a perfume breathing benison for bending heads and broken hearts upon. It is a mighty torch on high installed, with blaze of sapphire, ruby, emerald. It is the swallow, swan, and thrush that sing with nightingale, the heralds of the spring. It is the music of the tuneful lyre that trembles love of loves unto desire. It is a God of mercies, God of song, of passions infinite and joyance long. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. An Arab Tale by F. Domingo Perez. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. They tell the story in the little town in Araby that a poor minstrel strayed around the streets as on his lute he played, and plucked at every heart and bosom brown. Content to wander, wearing the light crown of art, to touch and sing the lays he made, ballads of love and tales of hope betrayed, and chants that rang with life and brave renown. But at the dawning of one wintry morn, they found the minstrel's body stretched forlorn, his broken lute against his bosom, dead. The poor folk whispered, 'twas the Moorish maid. Her merchant father this destruction played, and heaped this ruin on our poet's head. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Samsara by Luis Rodriguez Embil. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. To live, to love, to joy, to feel, to weep, to laugh, and to despair, then to repent, to fall and sin, to rise again and then relapse, amid your sorrow to fight with pleasure, to take your cross, to experience love, to grow old, to die, oh, light! End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Interior by Mariano Brull. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Here in her little room, all still and alone, the things that made her life are greeting me. It seems as though her body, as it went, had left a spirit footprint mindfully. 'Twould seem as in the mirror moon were shown the shadowy glimpse of what she used to be, and sing more sad her bird its caged lament, and through the room her absence whisper free. Her gilt-edged book of prayers is lying there upon the table, and it says, "The care is small of worldlings, upon God thine eye." I raise my glance, and in my grief I moan, oh, had I but, that final hour, known the anguished sweetness of her last goodbye. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. To the Mountain by Mariano Brull. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Just as soon as Mass is over, put our pious airs away, and with luncheon in our baskets, to the mountain, to the mountain, to the mountain for the day. Hark, the bells of glory ringing from the belfries of the spring, sun and sky, oh what a blessing after gloomy days they bring. How the water o'er the mill wheel rumbles furious and fast, bursting through 1,000 echoes, until, there, 'tis gone at last. For the woods our hearts are hungry, every bird hears us reply, incense seems to sweep our bosoms, to the mountain, to the mountain, to the mountain let us hie. Every grotto holds a secret, every cleft its creed and rite, on the slopes is scattered grandeur, hawthorn flowers and crags in sight. On the peaks the wind is hymning, heaven is nigh, the town far down. Ah, why should not human dwellings all the free world mountains crown? At the nightfall, with our baskets empty, to the town we haste. All the mountain fills with shadows, spirits of the dreaded waste. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Love's Mirror by Martina Pierre Despaux. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Girl, gazing in the crystal pool, what see you there to make you merry? I see within the waters cool my image, very like me, very. You find it beautiful, indeed I do, and that is why you're glad. Why, certainly, my beauty 'tis, face, form, and hue, that holds Sebastian dead in love with me. Girl, so fair and frank and pure, Sebastian's dying now to net you, God grant that he may not forget you, if dies your beauty as the lure. Poor woman gazing in the crystal pool, what's there so saddening to see? I see mine image shining cool in its transparency. And is it beautiful? No longer, no. And that is why it makes you sad? Yes, even so. Sebastian's love lifts up to fret me. My beauty gone, he doth forget me. Poor woman, though you weep and weep, though life may of your peace take toll, learn that the only love that's deep is that which rises from the soul. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Prayer to God by Plácido. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. O God of love unbounded, Lord supreme, in overwhelming grief to thee I fly, rending this veil of hateful calumny. Oh, let thine arms of might my fame redeem. Thou King of kings, my father's God and mine, thou only art my sure and strong defence. The polar snows, the tropic fires intense, the shaded sea, the air, the light, are thine. The life of leaves, the water's changeful tide, all things are thine, and by thy will abide. Thou art all power, all life from thee goes forth, and fails or flows obedient to thy breath. Without thee all is naught. In endless death all nature sinks forlorn, and nothing worth. Yet even the void obeys thee, and from naught, by thy dread word the living man was wrought. Merciful God, how should I thee deceive? Let thy eternal wisdom search my soul. Bowed down to earth by falsehood's base control, her stainless wings not now the air may cleave. Send forth thine hosts of truth and set her free. Stay thou, O Lord, the oppressor's victory. Forbid it, Lord, by that most free outpouring of thine own precious blood, for every brother of our lost race, and by thy holy mother, so full of grief, so loving, so adoring, who clothed in sorrow followed thee afar, weeping thy death like a declining star. But if this lot thy love ordains to me, to yield to foes most cruel and unjust, to die and leave my poor and senseless dust, the scoff and sport of their weak enmity, speak thou, and then thy purposes fulfill. Lord of my life, work thou thy perfect will. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Sculptor by René Lopez. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Sculpture's great mother was the rock-crowned crest. The frozen granite was her prophet old. In blazoned bronze her lyric praise was told. With moulding clay was her fair body dressed. My chisel is of steel, whose flash is manifest, as arrows flying past a sun of gold. I am the god of art, the athlete bold, proud chiseler of beauty pure and blessed. Time crumbles not the shapings of my hands. Under the feet of my great Moses stands man, trembling as before a presence mighty. 'Tis I whose hammer blows, mid hurtling chips, out of the block made rise from heel to lips the curves implacable of Aphrodite. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Juliet by Diego Vicente Tejera. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Another kiss, then, Juliet, farewell. Another, nay, another 1,000 more. She holds him back with her adoring spell, careless of all, her ardent kisses pour. O secret transports, what mere words can tell! O hour of love with all its promised store! Through this still chamber how the quick sighs spell the ecstasies their hearts have thirsted for. Delight, forgetfulness, the dawning breaks across the casement panes. The lover flies before the coming of the ancient day, down the high balcony where lightly shakes his ladder where the swallow's punctual cries and swift and polished wings begin to play. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. To Thee, by Diego Vicente Tejera. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. And art thou dead? No, death oblivion brings, and still I dream of thee. Death, gentle mother, a dark ruin flings, yet still thy face I see. But if thou haply hast not died as yet, tomorrow shalt thou live? Oh, if today there is no morrow set, when death the end can give. Never, though destiny untimely wrought, shalt thou his rigour know. Thou wert my all of glory, now my thought shall be my love to show. Throughout the lonely world by night and day shalt thou with me remain, nor any hour I breathe, O mother, may death unto thee attain. And longer still with me shalt live, until in God I seek thee far, until thy rays of heavenly bliss fulfill and light our double star. Despite the moans my broken accents raise, where art thou, mother, now? Despite the tear that ceaseless comes and stays, O mother, dead art thou? To adoration of my inmost breast thy memoried form shall glow. The world may lay the mothers to death's rest, but not their children, no. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Broken Branch by Antonio Seyen. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Poor branch that broken from the tree is at the mercy of the wave. How swift your flight, how rapidly it sweeps you to your grave. A moment in the angry pool, you struggle with its might in vain. Amid the fury of its rule, how useless to complain. What matters it to me should tide arise and gulp me down below, a withered branch and lone, beside a world of which I nothing know? When sharp winds blow in hurricane, the branches leafless, sad and bare, and lorn they strive against the strain, what poor dried bough proves sturdy there? The branch that severs from the tree, from which it took its parent birth, is a soul that in its misery is lost to love and life on earth. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Withdrawal by José-Manuel Poveda. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Enchanting is this suburb wide and cold, with grey streets running into dingy alleys, and the friendly room where your calm came to fold its essences with mine, as in one chalice. I would prolong this life secure and lonely, would make this pleasant quietude endure. Most wholly yours, you who are nature only, most wholly mine, I who am vision pure. To live here in communion of flesh and spirit, and the sensual wine, flowing freely for us, calmly to quaff from the goblet we inherit, so far from men, that if any of them should go asking who we may be, then in a chorus all men will answer him, we do not know. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Manuscript by José-Manuel Poveda. Newgatenovelist. It rests within its crystal royally, with ceremonious bareness set apart. Subservient ribbons mark its sovereignty, a seal is sign of its authentic heart. No fingers dare to turn its pages o'er, no modern reader comes to study there. Its object now is to be read no more, its mission sole is but to last fore'er. In all the coro not a single thing displays such haughty air or blazoning, as does the boast of its antiquity. Antiquity that ne'er can be destroyed, which, while it treasures ages, is employed to assert abroad its own supremacy. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Song of the Creative Voice by José Manuel Poveda. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. I turn unto the demiurgic nights of cruel male fecundity. I turn amid creative, squandering whites, exultant where the cities be. The spreading cities feel my anxious passion in penetration 'gainst their heart, forming the letters that at last shall fashion the word of song apart. The city gloats upon its silence dire, and shall I then be silent? No, for destiny would of me song require, bidding the city hearken low. For this I brave the brows of its disdain, persistent, in my sorrow strong, faithful unto mankind amid my pain, till mine shall be his song. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Aeolian Harp by Ramon Domingo Perez. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Deep in my dreamland garden sways a harp Aeolian, none remembers more. Who cares, or listens what it says, in music that is o'er? No fingers wake it, 'tis by chance alone its notes unechoed wake. Think you the flower of beauty's glance through its dim tones could break? With none to hearken, all alone its breathings fugitive it keeps. When the wind strikes a listless tone, it either sings or weeps. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. A Virgin's Smile by Rafael Maria de Mendive. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Purer than the early breeze, or the faint perfume of flowers, maiden, through thine angel hours, pass the thoughts of love. Purer than the tender thought, on the morning's gentle face, on thy lips of maiden grace, plays thy virgin smile. Like a bird's thy rapture is, angel eyes thine eyes enlighten, on thy gracious forehead brighten flashes from above. Flower-like thy breathings are, free thy dreams from sinful strife, and the sunlight of thy life is thy virgin smile. Loose thou never, gentle child, thy spring garland from thy brow, through life's flowery fields, as now, wander careless still. Sweetly sing and gaily run, drinking in the morning air, free and happy everywhere, with thy virgin smile. Love and pleasure are but pains, bitter grief and miseries, withered leaves, which every breeze tosses at its will. Live thou purely with thy joy, with thy wonder and thy peace, blessing life till life shall cease, with thy virgin smile. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Brook by Rafael Maria de Mendive. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Laugh of the mountain, lyre of bird and tree, pomp of the meadow, mirror of the morn, the soul of April, unto whom are born the rose and jessamine, leaps wild in thee. Although where'er thy devious current strays, the lap of earth with gold and silver teems, to me thy clear proceeding brighter seems than golden sands that charm each shepherd's gaze. How without guile thy bosom, all transparent as the pure crystal, lets the curious eye thy secrets scan, thy smooth round pebbles count. How, without malice murmuring, glides thy current, O sweet simplicity of days gone by! Thou shunn'st the haunts of man, to dwell in limpid fount. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. To Him by Gertrudis Gomez de Avellaneda. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. No bonds withhold, for all that held are broken. So heaven ordained, and blessed be its name. The bitter chalice I have drained in token, and now is peace with nothing more to claim. I loved thee, but no more, not even in fancy. Never, if I have erred, the truth be said, o'er all the dreary years in necromancy I throw forgetfulness, my heart is fed. Thou hast made riot there with breast unsparing, struck down my pride beneath thy blows insane, but never turned my lips reproaches bearing, to bring a charge against thy tyrant reign. Of weighty faults, a scourge in venging hour, thou filledst thy mission here. Ah, know'st it not? Not thine was all the irresistible power, which left my forces conquered and forgot. 'Twas God I sought, unto his name be glory, for all is over, I regain my breath. Angel of vengeance, man, it was thy story, I see and fear thee not, nor seek thy death. Thy sceptre fallen and thy sword blade rusted, alas, is this the liberty I gain? I made a world of thee, in thee I trusted, now life around me is an empty plain. Be happy thou, if thou shouldst e'er discover this poor adieu that I address to thee. Know that the breast wherein thou once wert lover holds pardon for thee and sweet charity. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. The Song of the Palms by José-Maria Borrero de Luzán. Read for LibriVox.org by Newgatenovelist. Murmurous emeralds, fragments fair of my country's soil on high, ye that rear yourselves above, proudly tall, to kiss with love the vast sapphire of the sky. Ye that saw the soldier fall, our last man, too brave to yield, lulled him piously to rest, and remained with lofty crest, standing on the blood-stained field. In a language mystical, now that you have risen so high, tell the secret sad and stern of the song ye had to learn to the blue and shining sky. Tell it what a mighty grief your sweet murmur holds, what woe in its softness infinite, and repeat there in the height what you heard on earth below. For there came to you one day, waking in the wind athrill, the first wounded Cuban's cry, his lament when death drew nigh, and your leaves repeat it still. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. And end of Selected Poems of Cuba. Thank you for listening.